All right, here we go into game 2 between sbwfz and Th000. I will be forced to turn off Fog of War as there are no observers in the game, meaning the minimap is going to absolutely look ridiculous because for some reason they still haven't fixed WarCraft 3's replay editor after I don't know how many years. All right, let's take a look into the game. Necropolis already down. Ziggurat going into Ultra of Darkness. It looks as though the Undead player will be going into Crypt Fiends once more. Meanwhile, Th000 speed building on Ultra of Kings will most likely be going for a fast creep out of this Rock Golem creep camp here with a whole bunch of militia. Now, Twisted Meadow is one of those maps where Undead players can actually really abuse it. With the addition of gargoyles and the fact that there are these bases in the corner that are so difficult for anything other than a gargoyle to take out. And the fact that there are 4 of them makes it really nice for Undead players. The gargoyles can easily come in here. All you need to do, hire a Zeppelin, come in, take down the red dragons pretty quickly with your Death Knight, even bring over the Lich as well later on. And if you can clear out 2 or 3 of these red dragon creep camps, you will have such a significant level advantage and also item superiority most likely that the other player is not going to be able to do very much. With all that said, it is a rather difficult plan to execute. You gotta be able to sneak around pretty easily, as we already see the Archmage making its way over and creeping out this Rock Golem creep camp. Archmage will be dropping up another Water Elemental. There we go. Wait for it. Okay, I guess he's not gonna drop another Water Elemental. There it goes. Dropping a second Water Elemental, waiting for the time life here as the Death Knight has finally made its way out. So, based upon the timing, the Death Knight really has no chance whatsoever as a very nice item for Th000's Archmage. Rune Bracer is making it even more magic immune, magic resistant. Death Coils will not be dealing nearly as much damage, nor will Frost Novas. Death Knight now making a slip over here. It is not going to find anything except for a level 2 Archmage and perhaps should be headed back home. Now, Scout Farm is being placed down, and I call it a Scout Farm pretty much because that's exactly what it is. Scout Farm in position will be able to reveal and hire Zeppelins at the ready as we now see an Acolyte making a move over here. Alright, Skeletal Minions coming in, going after this one peasant. This peasant taking a bit of damage. Is it actually going to fall in time? And we also see the Death Knight doing a bit of an engagement as well. Alright, Minion does get taken down, and wow, the farm just so close to being completed. And it looks like now the Skeletal Warrior is trying to actually take down the farm in time. Acolyte hiding back over here. Death Knight still hiring more or finding more Skeletal Minions on the ground as the Archmage now looking to perhaps do another militia creep here in the bottom right. Acolyte is in position. Oh, what is happening here? The Archmage is going to perhaps launch a couple of fireballs here. And are we going to wait for the creeps to... Yes, the creeps are now at it as the Skeletal Minions now backing off. Once more, the farm has been cancelled or destroyed. Couldn't quite keep track of that as the Skeletal Minions now making their way over again. Water Elemental going to get taken down due to time life as we now have 4 Skeletal Minions on the map. So far, another Ziggurat. Ghouls still being trained. Crypt Fiends need to be trained up here in just a second as the Death Knight doing a much better job of harassing here on Twisted Meadows than on Echo Isle. The Death Knight, however, taking a little bit more damage than he should at this point. Needs to back away. Militia now being brought over. As we see our first Crypt Fiend on the field. Footman, Archmage still back over here. Are we going to see? Yes, we are going to see a bit of an engagement. That is going to be a whole bunch of dead peasants in just a second. As the Death Knight, should it be able to actually get off a lot of kills on these units? All right, in comes the harassment now. Is it going to be enough? Who's getting all the kills? Crypt Fiends, a whole bunch of Skeletal Warriors or Skeletal Minions are very low. There's one kill steal there, picking up a tome as well. Perhaps going to use another charge of the Rod and Necromancy to take down even more units. Crypt Fiends are getting in a decent amount of kills there as another kill comes in. So beautifully done so far as the Death Knight now getting very close to level 2. And this is a textbook example of what human players or undead players should be doing against a human player. So far, the undead now still wandering around. What is going to be happening here? Perhaps we are going to see a death coil onto that Crypt Fiend. The Crypt Fiend is getting rather low on hit points, and that Archmage has been able to keep up rather nicely as the Crypt Fiend's now getting off some easy shots onto that Archmage. Archmage now taking a bit of damage, and oh, the Death Knight now comes back over at level 2, has Unholy Aura, and that was a beautiful, beautiful, just a little bit of trickery there. We can see that the skeletal minions are still getting in a lot of kills here. The Death Knight now making its way down. You can see there's Claws of Attack +9, Staff of Teleportation. The Death Knight now picks up the item. Will it be able to get away in time? That's one very greedy Death Knight as the Death Coil does hit the Archmage. Archmage down to 72 hit points. Death Knight's now sitting at 64. Does have Unholy Aura. Does get much better mana regenerate or hit point regeneration as the, well, wow, one very low hit point footman now trying to run away. Is it going to be enough? The Archmage chasing after that Death Knight. There's a fireball. Oh, 4 hit points. And the Death Knight is able to slip away after stealing the item. And now what is happening next? Death Knight will be forced to retreat, return back home. Where is that obsidian statue? Not to be found just quite yet. And that is going to put a little bit of a freeze play on that Death Knight. Death Knight now, instead quaffing a potion of healing, and now may try to engage here, and Th000 has no reason to be in this fight. Oh, wow, my goodness, this is just absolutely no good whatsoever. The Death Knight perhaps should have saved the Death Coil to take down another footman here. That would have been a much better call. Is it going to be enough as the footman is able to continue to sneak off here? Are the Crypt Fiends going to be able to get off the kill? Oh my gosh, it should be. I'm not quite sure why this one footman ends as so much damage is being dealt. The Crypt Fiend should be within combat range soon as the Death Knight has open running distance, will take down this footman. There it goes, and now perhaps taking down another footman here. There you have it. The footmen are down to 153 hit points. More skeletal minions now coming in, and this is exactly what the undead player should be hoping to do now. So far, a lot of damage being had. Th000's Death Knight sitting at level 2. More water elementals coming in, but it is going to be going up against a level 2, level 1 Lich and Death Knight combination. Archmage still back over here. Are we going to perhaps see an engagement in just a second? There's the stopping of the healing. And now we're going to see a quick turnaround. One more shot on that footman. It is going to hit and take him down. So far, both sides still fighting. The Th000 is going to end up losing 1, if not 2 water elementals. He cannot afford to do that as the Death Knight now running in to try to get the kill. Oh, Death Coil and no frost, or sorry, that was a Frost Nova, no Death Coil as the Obsidian statue is now in play. And is this water elemental perhaps going to get taken down? All right, this water elemental could get taken down. The Obsidian statue is still constantly healing. Footman now down to 26, 1 hit point, 2 hit points, and it stays alive ever so barely. Now guard towers will get taken down. Th000 is in trouble. Zeppelin is in the air. And is there any way to really take it down? These scout towers will be falling, and Th000 will be forced to say GG. A very strong showing here as the Death Knight is just, and the Death Knight combination is just that strong. Yeah, you can see the resource score much higher for, actually no, resource score was still higher for Th000, but he just couldn't get enough, and the way things were going, Undead was going to take it. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, hope you guys enjoyed Game 2, stay tuned for Game 3.